This is the idea behind Fortress Europe, whose emblem is the Atlantic Wall, a staggering system of fortifications stretching from Norway down to the Spanish border. Rommel is put in charge of defending Fortress Europe. He says, "It is absolutely necessary that we push the British and Americans back from the beaches. Afterwards, it will be too late. The first 24 hours of the invasion will be decisive. It will be the longest day." At the same time, in southern England, the Allied war machine assembled for the Normandy landings is gearing up. On the evening of the 5th of June, the paratroopers get ready to leave, decked out in their Indian-style war paint and haircut to make themselves feel brave. The Supreme Commander of the Allied forces, General Eisenhower, comes to tell them, "You are about to embark upon the Great Crusade." The plan is to land on 5 beaches along a 100-kilometer stretch of the Normandy coast, from the Seine to the Cotentin Peninsula, where the German Atlantic Wall defences are the weakest. At midnight on June the 5th, British gliders and Dakotas full of British, American and Canadian paratroopers slip silently inland over the Normandy region. The paratroopers are the first to set foot in occupied France. Their mission, to secure the flanks of the landing zone. The Allied fleet is on its way. It is the biggest armada ever assembled. Nearly 5,000 landing ships and assault craft. Yet it is not detected by the Germans, who are prevented from carrying out reconnaissance flights by the stormy weather. Bombardment and shelling from the battleships pound the coast, but completely miss their targets on the beach codenamed Omaha. The German bunkers remain intact. The first assault wave of American troops is getting ready to tackle the German defences on Omaha Beach. Among them is American writer Ernest Hemingway, who is a war correspondent. He writes, "As we moved in towards land in the grey early light, the coffin-shaped steel boats took solid green sheets of water that fell on the helmeted heads of the troops, packed shoulder to shoulder in a stiff, awkward, uncomfortable, lonely companionship of men going to a battle." Another war reporter, the photographer Robert Capa, is also caught up in this inferno. He says, "It was the ugliest beach in the whole world. Exhausted from the water and the fear, we lay flat on a small strip of wet sand. Over 2,000 American soldiers will lose their lives here. As the tide rolls in, the soldiers are trapped between the sea and gunfire from the German blockhouses." Eisenhower had prepared a communique in case the landing failed. In a handwritten letter, he said, "My decision to attack at this place was based on the best information available. If there is any blame or fault attached to the attempt, it is mine alone." But a small group succeeds in climbing up under enemy fire and neutralizing the German cannons with the help of the Royal Air Force's fighter bombers. In the meantime, the Canadian troops have landed on Juno Beach. There is indeed very little resistance, only a few shots that do not deter the British on the next beach along. The few German defenders who survive the bombardments finally surrender. British and French commandos land on the 5th beach. The Allies planned to land 326,000 men. In just 1 week, a daily average of 10,000 men, 3,200 vehicles, and 15,000 tons of supplies are ferried across. In order to accomplish this, a harbour is needed. But the Allies decided to stay away from the big ports, which were too well defended, and to land on the beaches of Normandy. Instead, they brought their harbours with them, gigantic construction kits called mulberries. 146 concrete caissons, 61 metres long and weighing 6,000 tons, were assembled to create breakwaters and piers, where the Liberty ships, as they were called, could unload their cargo.